started yesterday. Angry residents decided to get on the road, blocking that major highway, the Madina-Adenta road, because a young girl was knocked down on that road. Well, the residents are not appeased despite a report or despite a statement from the ministry that work is going to start this week. Well, these are the scenes from Adenta right here in the capital, Accra, yesterday. The residents, as I indicated, blocked the roads and it was a chaotic scene.
You see, this is a rubber bullet too. I have the bullet. I have the pictures. I didn't know. Like.
Okay. Yes, I'm here, give tip.
Visuals from yesterday, actually last night as well. It all started when Mariam Kasim, a first-year student at the West Africa Secondary School, Senior High School, was knocked down and killed, becoming what the residents say the 194th person, even though the police has disputed that figure. She died as well. Maxwell Agbagba has been speaking to her friends and family.
Oh.
It's a sad moment here at the residence of the deceased, the girl who was knocked down by a vehicle on the Adenta Medina highway. I have her best friend here. What's your name?
Ilham.
She was a friend. How close were you?
We were very close. You see, I'm born on the 13th of October and she was born on the 31st October. So we were so close that the last time I even saw her was on Saturday, last week Saturday. And she was making fun of me that she has completed school and I'm now going to start. And before she left, I hit her and she was like...
She's on the green track and you're on the gold track.
Before she left, I hit her and she was like, Ilham, I won't mind you. I'll catch you next week. So she was like, Ilham, I won't mind you next week. I'll see you next week.
So that's the last time you saw her?
That's the last time I saw her. But the day before she died, I was chatting with her on WhatsApp. So the thing, yesterday I was there and my cousin called me. And she was like, have you heard what happened? And I'm like, what happened? And she was like, they said Mariam has passed away. And I even insulted her and I cut the call and she was calling again. No, at that same time, someone called my stand. The person was telling my stand that Mariam has passed away. Then the person sent her a picture. That's the time I believe, like, I saw that it's true, Mariam has passed away.
You have our deepest condolences, okay? 100 people have died on the Madina-Adenta highway, but it seems the death of Mariam would get authorities to finally fix the footbridges on the Madina-Adenta highway.
She started school just recently. They are the first batch. She just finished. They finished on Wednesday. Her friend asked her to come to school because something was happening. That's how she lost her life. Her teachers and headmaster visited us. They have brought her phone and purse. The MP also called.
Maxwell Agbaba with that report. In one school alone, as many as 6 students have been knocked down by vehicles. One of them, Mariam, has died. We can hear from the headmaster of WAS.
Yeah, so she was on her way to the school to join her friends. That was around 3 p.m. and she met her unfortunate death.
And this has triggered a lot of agitation among the residents here. They say it's become one too many. Is this the first incident of a knockdown of a student of your school in recent times, you would say?
No, this academic year, we've had about 6 knockdowns, but this is the only one that the student in question died in the process.
Well, on Monday, Daniel Dazi was there just a few hours, about 2.5 hours after another knockdown. Actually, 2 persons were knocked down.
These bridges are far from complete. Residents say they've had enough. Here's Assembly Member for West Adenta, Rashid Osebonsu.
I'll be honest with you, it's terrible. We are afraid, we are scared. Why? You just want to use this road to have access to somebody, and you are shivering. Why? Because the cars are moving too fast. There are no traffic lights. There are no road markings. And even at night, there are no street lights. You understand? So the rate at which people get hit on this road, it scares everybody.
Residents like Michael Ni Amate are incensed. Michael has lost 3 of his close friends because of the absence of these bridges.
So should we keep on dying to 2019? That's what I want to know. Should we keep on dying? Just a few minutes ago, a child is being hit right here. Just look. Because we wake up every morning to hear death, death. I wish one day we could wake up in the morning and hear that the road signs have been fixed, the traffic light is on, the road marks are in, the reflectors are working. But no, we only wake up to hear death, death, death.
The residents are angry about this, and they're planning more protests to demand that authorities do something about the roads to end the spate of fatalities there.
This man lost his daughter is actually in the hospital at this point. How old is your daughter, sir?
8 years.
She's 8 years.
Yeah.
When was she knocked down by the car?
See, Wednesday,
Wednesday, where
3 days today.
Madina-Adenta kwano so emphasize
Adenta barrier, traffic lights, no. Police MTT the full anyone.
Well, he says his daughter was knocked down by a vehicle 3 days ago, you say?
Yes.
He says it will happen on Wednesday, right in front of the MTTD police officers. And this is just about 300 meters from where we are standing. That is where the accident happened. Ubana pra bang or pra saying infan.
Aklan we pra wa koko makra 3 days ni on kasa can't bonity inti doctors found say we lose the memory. Say omod na kwa kwashe machine. Amen o kasa sisi or da since we ni on kasa on just on kan ho inti machine ehumema no eye bibia ma no.
He says his daughter is unable to speak because he suffered very serious injuries from the crash. We are told that she suffered some head injuries. So as he speaks now, as this man speaks now, his daughter is unable to talk and she's still at the hospital.
Tyson dey me ma paki bebregu fie. Enti Tyson dey wo mu tu mu 10 dey demonstration dey be so from Monday going, you know. From Monday going, you know. A person the Andre Sandra and the Yamprane.
Well, even as he speaks, he's getting backing from a lot of the residents who are gathered here. He's saying that on Monday, November 12th, they are going to burn more ties. He says what happened here yesterday was just a curtain raiser of what is to happen on the 12th November.
Na yet omayim
ana mu sanso ka say please for no free mo be
wo mu free se si ameno ka say wo mu free just seconds ugina nka wo be hu de ebesi wa no sisi a
e be say block road no
me dey
je be say block road no
what they are saying, what they are saying. Wait, take your time. Hold on. He said they are actually saying that if the police officers leave here in a minute or maybe at any time, they would come here and then continue the protest. But we've had a public relations officer of the Ghana Police Service, ACP David Oku, saying that they would maintain their presence here and they'll be running 3 shifts.
But we are trying to tell them that the president says we should be citizens and not spectators. So now we are citizens. We are going to. Monday is massive. Yesterday wasn't planned. Monday is massive. Monday will be very, very massive.
Does it look like if you don't demonstrate, nobody listens to you?
We are in Ghana, and that's what they have been doing. So we take action, nothing will happen. We still have road minister in this country, transport minister. Are we serious as a Ghanaian? So we block this road, we bend the car, ties, nothing will be done. Are we serious as a country? We have been paying them with taxpayers' money, isn't it? All in the name of none of their daughter or their son will come and cross and car will knock them down. They are always in a V8, going up and down. Look, any minister or any MP, he or she shouldn't try coming here because we can't guarantee their safety. Like seriously, we can't guarantee their safety. They shouldn't try coming here. And we are just waiting for the policemen. When they are out, we will block the road. Not 2 weeks. So I said, fix our footbridge now. As soon as they leave, we will block the road today. We are just waiting for them to leave. If they leave, we will block the road now. We will block the road now. It is long overdue because we can't tolerate it anymore. Some weeks ago, I've heard say someone has an accident from MP. Quickly, they send a helicopter to come and pick that useless MP of ours. Are they useful to us? Those ministers, are they useful? Are they working for us? Is this thing a work? Are they working for us?
Some residents there. We've taken you through what happened yesterday. We brought you what happened today. We're live there. We'll take you there shortly. Where Kojo Youngson is on standby with some residents, the police and other authorities of the area as we discuss the way forward. First of all, let's show you give you a bit of details of what the police is doing about this situation. Now, the MTTD has been deployed to enforce regulations on speed limits, stray walking and pedestrian crossing. Secondly, the traffic signal lights and street lighting are also to be fixed to improve visibility, especially at night. And of course, government is being urged to work on the uncompleted bridges and it says that work will begin next week. Work on that uncompleted bridge, according to government, is to start next week. And a lot of people are anticipating that day. The National Road Safety Commission is also saying it's to intensify sensitization programs there, targeting drivers as well as pedestrians. So those are a few actions that we're expecting to happen in a few days from now. But a lot of people have been calling on government to speak and to react to this matter. Indeed, President Akufo-Addo has spoken. Now, here is a statement from the presidency, and I'm going to go through it quickly. It says, I express my deep condolences to the family of the student who lost her life yesterday at Adenta after being knocked down by a taxi as she attempted crossing the road on her way from school. Our nation has suffered an unnecessary loss. The scenes that played out in its aftermath are regrettable and should not happen again. The Ministry of Roads and Highways is ensuring that work begins on completion of these bridges in the course of the coming week and has put together a comprehensive plan to address systematically all these infrastructural problems, which are legacies of a past decade of neglect. I would urge drivers and pedestrians to obey and respect the laws on our roads. All of us government and the citizenry have a collective responsibility to safeguard and preserve life. My condolences once again to the family. President Akufo-Addo's statement now. Well, we'll be hearing from the police administration. We'll hear from the IGP. But now let's listen to the Director of the Public Affairs, Police Public Affairs, ACP David Eklu, on how they will be managing traffic.
It's just hours after the protest on the Madina-Adenta highway by residents of Adenta. Well, if you come here, the entire stretch here is covered in soot, and then you can still find the debris of the burnt tires on the road. It's a busy place today as the police is maintaining a heavy, presence here on this particular highway. They are helping and assisting people who are crossing the roads. You'll find them at various intersections here. We are happy we've been joined by the Director of Public Relations of the Ghana Police Service, ACP David Eklu.
We are going to run 3 shifts. The first in the afternoon, and if it is possible, night shift, to make sure that we ensure the safety of motorists and pedestrians around this area. For, as you can say, as you rightly said, yes, the officers are deployed here to help people cross the road, to help motorists drive through this spot safely, and to ensure that at least safety is maintained here. So, and fortunately now the situation has been brought under control, and we hope that we'll get the necessary cooperation. It's a painful situation. It is a painful incident that could have been avoided, but since it has happened, and they have made their point strongly that there's a need for immediate engineering intervention, because if you look at the stretch of the road, it is very difficult for the police to line up along this stretch. But the most effective that we know that can be done, and we recommend, is that there must be an immediate engineering intervention. If you drive down there, the traffic light there has been off for more than 2 or 3 months. It has not been fixed, and that has compounded the problem. A police officer was knocked down here recently at the junction there on a motorbike when he was trying to control traffic. So you can see the danger that this stretch of the road poses, and it is all because of the engineering intervention or the engineering defects in this built-up area. So I hope that we should be able to work around it. But whilst we are doing it, we are doing what we can do now to maintain law and order, help pedestrians and motorists to go about their duties without any much of this stress.
JoyNews were here yesterday, and we did a comprehensive coverage of the protests. Our camera has actually captured some of your men brutalizing and assaulting some of their protesters.
Police officers were called in to restore order. If the police had not responded in a timely manner, you can imagine the chaos, the mayhem that would have erupted, because there was a riot situation virtually building up. So the police stepped in to maintain order. Now, in regards to the 14-year, our checks indicated
14. Okay, so we're right. 14-year-old.
He was treated and discharged at the Nyaho clinic. Okay. So the boy, thankfully, the boy is out of danger now, and he has been treated and discharged from Nyaho clinic. That is the information we have now. Okay. I've gone to the Adenta police station. So far, we have not received any report of anybody sustaining any injuries apart from the 14-year-old boy. People were throwing a lot of missiles. People were throwing stones. People, for now, officially, what we know is that the 14-year-old who was injured has been treated and discharged. I've gone to the police station. We have not had any other report of anybody sustaining injuries as a result of that action. Okay. It was a chaotic situation. Some even people who came with a lot of missiles. You know, when a situation like this happens, the immediate step for the police is to make sure that they disperse the crowd.
Well, ACP David Eklu there. Well, the IGP, David Asante-Apietu, has been responding to the conduct of the police yesterday as well in managing the protests. He also speaks about how the police service intends to mend its relationship with the residents.
To go on demonstration or register some kind of disapproval, you know, according to his will. But we don't go beyond causing damage. It is one of our mandates to prevent life and property. And that is exactly the reason why we were here yesterday. We did not come here to fire at anyone or, you know, to cause any disaffection of the people. We only came here to maintain law and order and then prevent people from causing damage to government's property. That's it.
The people who live around there, I've been hearing them make comments like, why did it take the police so long? Even though they may not necessarily understand that it's fixing the footbridge is not more of the police than what the police does on the road. I'm wondering what will be the strategy going forward that the police will put in place to build a relationship between, especially the Adenta police station and the residents who live here?
Well, as part of our transformation agenda, the strategy is to interact with the community. We will continue to do that. As and when certain issues come up, we will explain it to the community for them to understand our workings so that in future we can together collaborate and then do their work.
We've also seen your men on the road. How long are they going to be on the road stopping the vehicles to allow people to cross the road?
Well, we're going to do that together with the community education. So as they are here, we'll also be talking to the people in the community about the use of the road. It's becoming very dangerous. We are all aware. You know, if you look at the fatalities that have been recorded here, I think we'll have to educate ourselves on the use of this road at this particular time.
IGP David Asante Apietu there. Let me take you now to Adenta Bond Square, where Kojo Yankson is standing by for us. Hello, Kojo.
Okay. What's it called?
Hello, Kojo. Can you hear me?
Okay. All three of you.
Kojo Yankson is standing by with us. Like I said, we'll be getting into the minds of residents. We'll also be getting into the leadership of the community and as well as the municipal assembly there. Hello, Kojo. Kojo, if you can hear me, what's happening at the moment? All right, we're trying to reach Kojo Yankson on the grounds there for us. Like we said, we're going to have a comprehensive conversation. We're looking to get representatives from the police service to speak to the issues that arose yesterday from those chaotic scenes. We're looking to speak to the municipal assembly there. We're looking to speak to the agitated residents who insist that what happened yesterday was just a tip of the iceberg and that more is to be expected by Monday. What is going to happen? Will this conversation be able to change their thoughts in any way? We don't know yet. But Kojo Yankson is on the grounds to help us with that conversation. Hello, Kojo.
Those who happen to be members of this neighborhood committee of community residents, and they have a lot to say. So from here, we're going to start to understand how big of a problem this uncompleted overpass is, and how much they have been feeling the impact of the loss of lives over here. Why don't we quickly get to meet some of them? First of all, which of you was here yesterday when the accident happened? Anybody?
We're here. We're here.
Right, tell us your name and tell us about this.
My name is Honorable Rashid Osebu. I am the assembly member of Madina-Adenta. And this issue is not something that just happened. This has been going on for the last 10 years. And specifically, let's narrow down to 2 years ago. 2 years ago, most of the street lights, the traffic lights, and most of the road markings went off. So that is why we recorded incidents on it. Initially, it was the cars hitting each other. But later, it got to a time that residents started feeling the whole issue. Now, we started losing most of our members because
2 years ago. 2 years ago, most of the street lights, the traffic lights, and most of the road markings went off. So that is when we recorded incidents upon it. Initially, it was the cars hitting each other. But later, it got to a time.
Our major challenge is that you can see that policemen are surrounded all over. You see, 5 to 6 months ago, this is what we were expecting them to do. When we recorded the earlier incident, we expected the police and Ghana Highway Authority, Ghana Road Safety Commission, to bring their people down here to deal with the challenge that we're facing as a community. Because this road has been in use for close to about 10 years. But it is a pedestrian bridge that is not in use. So consistently, to check all other places. Now, my concern now is that we believe that government has the resources and the capability We want Parliament to give government the necessary assistance because we are what Parliamentary Committee will do if they claim that the procurement procedures were not followed. So we are telling them that this is a state of emergency. State of emergency, you take decisions to correct the problem.
Right. Of emergency, that is what is indicated by the residents of this community who have for such a long time the result of action on this stress. But I want to meet a few more of the members of this community and find out how they are reacting to what government has announced since yesterday's accident. So tell us your name. That they are going to fix this thing and they will start next week. Is that a satisfactory answer for you?
It's very surprising for this one coming now. But that's what this government is by next week. Why should I get money? But then, ask yourself, so people die when this someone is. Imagine, look, traffic light. Forget about me, the traffic light. Look at the graphic on the side. Look at, let me stand up for you to see my height. I stood at SBA Johnson because I went to buy cocoa, and now I want to cross the road. So I raise my head. I can't see cars coming towards the car. I'm going under my height. So people who are maybe shorter than me or whatever, someone say, now they bring bowers and things to come and mow all this. So I did think it's for you. You have budget for all this. Every year budget is prepared in office. We get up for all this. So why now?
But you know the truth is that you should not be crossing this place. You should find a crossing where there's traffic lights and there's a controlled crossing environment before you go across. Where is the nearest one?
That's not. You either jump the wall or go across the street and look at the length of the track. This is more than how much might be wrong. This is more than 200 meters. You can do the calculation process. If I'm lying and my age I'm strong, I can do this. But it takes 60 minutes. Of course, the street there, I have to go to work or something. And then somebody who is elderly, somebody who is stronger. How would that person do the same task? It's something somebody should be worried about when you're going to your work. Something common to go to work. For me, crossing the street, for any action of life, crossing the street must be a problem in our life.
Now, I want to come back to those of you who are part of the, let's call it government apparatus, because you are, of course, an assemblyman.
Yeah.
So what role has the assembly played in the supervision of the contract? It's been 10 years now since this road was constructed and this was left half done. What role has the assembly played in ensuring that whoever did this contract, whoever is responsible, has come back to make sure that it's done? It's finished.
It is good you're asking it. This is a jurisdictional issue. You see, this very road is under the jurisdiction of the Ghana Highway Authority. And if you have observed very clearly, all the signposts are written on it, Adenta, Madina, Boundary Road. So this particular edifice here is under the Ghana Highway Authority. There's two municipal assemblies, Parliament Municipal Assembly and Adenta Municipal Assembly. They do not have rights or responsibility towards.
But have you communicated with the Highway Authority?
We have written petitions. As we are speaking to you, a month ago, we wrote a petition to the Ghana Highway Authority, Minister of Roads, Parliamentary Select Committee on roads. So this, our leaders.
Did they acknowledge receipt of your petition?
Our leadership are well aware of what is going on.
Did they acknowledge receipt of your petition?
My brother, they acknowledged receipt. We were there at the ministry. We were there at Parliament. We were there at Ghana Highway Authority. It was received, it was filed. You understand? Even today, in one of their circulars, they admit that they are aware and they said they were working on it. They are putting plans in place to work on it. So it is not that they don't know. It is just that the response, the action was slow. But after this spontaneous action happened, now it has moved from 2019 to 2 weeks. And now I hear there's a circular going on that it will be 1 week. We are telling them, we know they have the resources and the capability. So we want them to transfer. You understand? So this is what we are feeling. It is not as if they have not made the attempt. I can tell you the petition was signed by 800 residents. 800. And that is enough.
Now, let's talk about some of the figures that the police are disputing.
Yes.
Of course, the community tells us that 195 people have lost their lives this year alone. But the police are disputing that. They're saying that it's more like 29.
Wonderful. It should be on air. Now, let me give you examples that you make sure that. One, go to Pansai Hospital and ask them, the morgue, ask them how many people have they accepted at their morgue as a result of accidents of this road. Go to Lagos Hospital, go to Rich Hospital, go to Police Hospital. I can confidently tell you, the former NCQ commander who was here now is a district commander. At a point in time, he consistently sent dead bodies to the police hospital. To the extent that a senior officer unofficially said that if indeed all these bodies are coming from Adenta, then it means something else is done here. So, my brother, it is not that we are sitting somewhere and we are liberty to give figures and make people worry. No.
But who has been counting? Because this 195 is a rather precise number. Who in the community has been counting?
My brother, I am the assembly member, and I'm saying that go to the various hospitals and do your check. When you check, they will compare back. Because the hospitals, I am 100% confident, will not disclose certain information. They would be willing to give you the information, provided you let them know that based on an argument on the number of people who have died as a result of this accident.
All right, so we'll settle that figure. Wonderful. But I want to talk to somebody about yesterday and the police's interaction with all of you here when the violence began. Now, I know that some people got injured, some people were affected by it. So I want to hear from you. Yeah, stand up. What's your name? Give him the microphone. No, before you speak, I want to hear from him. Stand up, please. What's your name? Stand up. Stand up. Yeah. 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 Right. Okay. Okay. We will settle that number. But I want to hear from you. What's your name? I see you have some injuries. What happened to you? What happened? How did you get attacked?
I was telling they just get me and I'm one of them.
Have you reported this? And what have they said to you about it? So tell me, what exactly did they do to you? I see injuries on your head and on your hand as well.
Back of the account to hit my head twice. And they said I wanted to block it and they hit my hand and my hand was broken. So they have to throw the hand and move the head.
And what did they say to you while they were beating you?
They say I'm one of them yourself. If I talk, they will conclude because I have to go by the look at them. And then it's very painful because it's not because they are stronger than me or they can beat me. But it's because they are moving with weapons. But I want to say because they cannot beat me. Only in case that you meet only one-on-one. But because they have weapons, they are hitting with their gun. I can't do anything. And they're beating me severely. Yes, they have beaten because it was blood all over my body. And a lady in that house, that building there, have to pour water on me and wash the blood.
I think we have images of that. We've been playing it on the JoyNews channel of a man being washed, blood being washed from his head. This was the one. Now tell me, so how has this experience affected you?
Very, very, very terrible. I've never experienced anything before. This is the first time, and it was really terrible. I couldn't go to work today. I have to be in the house today, the whole of the day, and I have to go to hospital tomorrow to go and check my wound. And
I was the one. This was the one. Now tell me, so how has this experience affected you?
Very, very, very terrible because I've never experienced such a thing before. This is the first time, and it was really terrible. I couldn't go to work today. I have to be in the house today, the whole of the day, and I have to go to hospital tomorrow to go and check my wound. And it was really terrible, very, very terrible.
Well, we want to stay in touch and continue to find out how this matter is being dealt with by the police.
Yes.
Which police station did you report it to?
Adenta police station, just there.
Adenta. All right. Let's hear more about the police yesterday and how they handled the situation.
Mostly, I've been here for 30 years now. This is my community. My name is KK, by the way. I have a shop by the roadside, and I've been here for, I know what is going on. Yesterday we were with the regional command before the incident was, so they called us to come, but the time we came, things were already. But I'm not here to talk about what happened. I'm here to talk about the demonstration on Monday. That peaceful demonstration was, yeah.
You have a plan to demonstrate on Monday.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a demonstration, by the way. It's a peace walk. And that initiative was being mostly with the planning committee who want to embark on that peaceful walk to draw awareness and to draw the government attention to whatever we are experiencing here. So that Monday peace walk is still going to happen.
Why is this necessary? Why do you want to...
What happened last week Friday and yesterday, for me to draw our people attention that we should not be embarking on such thing. It's not helping our community. What went on yesterday have closed business down in both sides. People are scared even to come out and do things. And if you don't come out as a resident and let the nation know that we are in a peaceful something, but we are not in a war with any political.
Where will this march go? Where will you march to?
We'll be meeting at, this is the first bridge, and we are, and we are from here, from West Junction to Atomic Firestone. Yeah.
MCE is here.
Yeah.
Where is the MCE?
And none of those idiots are here.
Stop.
Let me finish what the
I'm getting a message in my ear that the MCE is here with us.
Hello, hello, boss. Boss, I want to say, can I talk about yesterday's incident? I was here, I was with the regional commander in person, side by side, because I was here, I witnessed whatever happened. I'm very disappointed in that gentleman. Excuse me, I don't want to be harsh, but for me to say he's a gentleman, even I should excuse that language, because yesterday, we all saw what was happening. All the people needed was to get somebody to talk to them, to calm down. We came late to come and meet what was happening. Give us a platform so that we can even talk to our people to calm down. The man was not listening. Apart from that, the soldier man tried to resuscitate somebody who had been hit by, I don't know why, the person had collapsed. And he was in the pickup of the police. When he went there to pour water on the person to survive him, revive him, they beat him up. Why? Because they asked him why was he doing that. They were asking why was he doing that. But the person is about dying. So why don't you help the person live? This is something you should even better say, take the person to hospital. The police gang up and beat him up, and the police commander was standing by them. There's one police officer who was in a white top. I think he's a driver to the police commander. The name was S. Dapa. God bless his soul. For all the action he took here yesterday. God bless his soul. I don't have much to say again. I'm done.
Right. Okay. Now, let me interact with you. Come this way. Come stand here. What's your name?
My name is Akwesi Abua Intiade.
Right. Are you a member of the community?
I am one of the founding members.
Tell us what happened. Tell us how this has affected you.
I don't want us to go into what happened or what has happened. What I want to say is that citizens of Adenta, we have come to a crossroads. What the leaders that you put the powers into had to do for you, we have come to a crossroads. Tonight we have a vigil. Whatever happened yesterday was spontaneous. Tonight we have a vigil. If you believe that those in authority should do what is demanded of them, we want you to peacefully come here. Come with your candle, we'll stand by the roadside, have our vigil, and go home by 9 o'clock. We are not saying we want to fight anybody. The police are here to protect us. When you see a policeman, please don't attack him. Monday morning, it has been broadcast. The government and the police have decided not to give us the way forward on that peaceful walk. Let's come there. If you want to come, we are not forcing anybody. If you want to come, come. in your red shirt on Monday morning, peacefully. We'll walk, we'll tell the government what our problem is. We don't want any violence. Please, if you know you're coming there because you want to fight somebody, please stay home.
Right. Well, I think the message is quite clear. The people of this community intend to march. They have every intention of making their voice heard so that the authorities will take the action that they require them to take. This is a situation that is obviously affecting the emotions of the people in this area. They feel like their voice has been ignored for so long. So often they have written petitions to Parliament, to other leaders, and they still have not had the response they expect. So finally, they feel that they will let their boots do the talking. They are going to do a peaceful march on Monday. Tonight there's a vigil. That is what they have planned, and we will see whether that makes a difference to the response of government. Government has already issued a statement. The Inter-Ministerial Committee has stated that they intend to fix this by next week. Let's see if there will be patience amongst those in the community until that is done. But now I think I'll hand back to you, Gifty. We're here still interacting with some of the people in the community. But for now, over to you, Gifty.
So that's Kojo Yankson there, coming to us live from Adenta, where he's been interacting with some of the residents there. Well, you've heard them. They're going ahead with the vigil tonight, and they say it ends at 9 p.m. They're calling on all residents of Adenta to join them on that vigil. Come with your candle, they say, tonight, and it ends at 9 p.m. They're also saying that on Monday, the peaceful march will go on. Well, you've heard what the president had to say. We're yet to hear from the ministers who went there today. In the meantime, the NDC presidential hopeful Joshua Alabi says the Roads and Highways minister must be sacked. According to him, his response to the number of deaths caused on that road due to the lack of a footbridge on that stretch leaves much to be desired. He spoke to Raymond Akwa on Upfront last night.
You follow. The first time, second, third time you moved in. You see, when bureaucracy fails, national security moves in.
I see.
And that's why I believe they should have moved in as early as possible. We could have avoided this. And now we have it. Moving, you are talking of coming to organize a press conference. Then you go to Parliament, and the people are really burning ties and whatever they're mobilizing. And you think it's not a security threat to all of us? It is. So at the end, it will not only be the problem that we are facing, but it will even escalate and move into other areas. I think that the president must call the minister to order and just move in national security, the military, to go and fix that thing for us as early as possible. And, right. So when you see yourself in all this position, you understand the people.
Okay.
And you know how to act when you have problems. So I'm telling you, I would have acted very fast on the problem that you just did. No, because you are there for the people. And when you are
if you are president, what would have been your reaction towards this minister?
Towards this minister?
Yes.
The minister telling the whole world
yes
that even though people are dying, I'm coming from Western region to organize a press conference. Right?
Brief Parliament first.
A brief Parliament.
Yes.
Then organize a press conference before I go through the procurement processes. Okay? You are fired. The people are dying. You are fired.
You are fired.
You are fired. People are dying. You are fired.
Would you ask the president to do so to him?
Well, everybody has a style, and maybe this is a style, but that is not my style. You are fired.
Professor Joshua Alabi, the NDC presidential aspirant, flag bearer hopeful, I must say, there with Raymond Akwa yesterday. Now, you've heard what's been happening. We'll be going back to Kojo Yankson on the grounds to hear more of the people who live in this area and to find out how they intend to carry on their relationship with the police. Not just that, but what they intend to do about the outstanding situation going forward. Very soon, we'll reach over to Kojo. But if you're just tuned in, what's happening is that we're bringing you updates from yesterday's story. Those chaotic scenes that we saw saw at the Madina-Adenta road, where residents blocked that road following the death of Mariam, who was crossing that road. We've heard from the police about what happened yesterday. A lot of people have complained about what they're calling high-handedness of the police over there. The police said they had to control the situation, and every intervention or every force they used was necessary. We've heard from the IGP David Asante-Apietu. We've heard from ACP David Eklu, who said a 14-year-old actually disputing reports that a mother and her 14-year-old were sustained injuries or were caught in crossfire there. They're saying that it was only a 14-year-old who was injured. He has checked, and that boy has been treated and discharged from the hospital. The police is also disputing the number of persons killed on that road. According to the residents, about 194 persons have been killed on that road. But the police is saying this afternoon that is not true. The police has a figure of 24. The police says only 24 persons have died on that road. They, however, say there has been 156 knockdowns on this stretch. So it is the word of the police against that of the resident. We're still yet to have any official release of those figures from the police, and we'll be able to reconcile that as we go forward. In the meantime, the police has been, the MTTD police has been deployed on the road. They're helping people to cross over. So what's happening is that every time there is somebody attempting to cross the road, the police, the MTTD officials will stop the oncoming vehicles or oncoming traffic and allow people to cross. Now, one of the curious questions has been, how long will the police be able to sustain this effort? How long will the police be on the road stopping vehicles to allow pedestrians to cross? That is the question we're yet to have answers to. But the IGP, David Asante-Apietu, when I spoke to him this afternoon, said they will be collaborating more with persons in the area to see how it goes. Let's go over now to Kojo Youngson with more from the residents. Kojo.
I want us to meet some of the more colorful members of the community. I want to learn more about what happened here and how it affects you. What would you share me?
Frank Apia is my name.
Frank Apia?
Yeah.
All right, now Frank, how many times do you have to cross this road in a day?
Okay, at times I cross this road about 2 times in a day because I was working here. Yes.
And is it dangerous when you are crossing the road?
Very dangerous. Very dangerous. We find it difficult to cross the road.
Tell me, how do you do it? You watch for the cars, or how do you do it?
Yes, please. If you're about to cross the road, you have to watch left and right. At times, even cars pass one way. So if you don't take care, the one-way car will beat you. So if you want to cross the road, you see left and right before you cross the road. That's how we do it.
So plenty of people have died here.
Yes, please.
Do you know some of them?
Yes. What happened yesterday, I was here before it happened. The girl, the car, I know her very, very well. So the popular people I know is 4 people who died this year.
You know 4 of them?
Yes, please.
So how do their families feel?
Well, yesterday, the girl, we don't know none of the family. So the police people came and took her away. But the others, it's not easy. It's not easy.
Now, I can see some police people here
Yes.
who are helping people to cross the road. What
Yes.
do you think about that?
Well, it's good if they continue until the bridge will fix like we would like it. Yes.
But while the police are helping people here, you see some other people are crossing on their own. Why don't they come for the police to help them? The education is not
I don't know. Well,
but your neighbor here wants to say something.
Okay.
Let's find out. So you were trying to explain. What's your name, sir?
My name is Kwamboy. I've been on this ground for let's say about 15 years.
So why?
So it was my present.
For the police to help them.
Why is it that the people are not
coming for the police to help them to cross the road? Some of them are crossing on their.
When do they start?
You tell me.
Okay, the odd is this academic year, when these students started, it's whereby we saw the police. By 9:30, nobody is around. Look at this time. What is the time now? And look at the time that this girl was being knocked down. Who was that police who was standing here? So you get me right. And so, if they know the MTTU is their duty, then they have to do the right thing for us so that we'll be free. I've been here for long. If I'm not going to Medina, I will never cross this road because it's not easy. If any question, I will answer you.
So tell me, the government says that from next week, they will come and fix it.
No one is fighting against the government. They started this. I say that's what I'm saying. It was my president when they started everything, constructing the road and all these things. But when are they going to do this thing? So they have kept long. We are just pleading that what happens yesterday should not, and so they have to come and finish everything for us. Yes. And yesterday, I will say, we all took in because it wasn't easy, and we wanted the government to know that what is happening. We are drawing the attention that we are tired of dying. People are dying. A week today, someone, I think, is supposed to be wedded by about 2 weeks' time. It was not done here. Do you understand me? And yesterday, I was being interviewed by Angel on this, so even I appeared on the telly yesterday. So we are just playing cards when you hear the noise. When he came back, this guy was lying there. I don't understand. The only thing is, we bend the we don't care, but they should come and do the break for us. Else, if anything happens again, it shall also continue.
So when you bend the tires, what were you hoping to achieve?
We are just claiming to the whole world to know what is happening because this look at the road. Is it a fucking road?
It's a very...
And then why they can't complete the thing that they are supposed to do? But people dying. So it's an explanation. We are showing to them that. We are showing to the world that they should complete the thing for us. So that if it is there and you can't cross, and you walk on the road for a car to hit you for that one by I don't care. So the government has to do the right thing for us. Not me alone. So we all. Someone will come and visit me. First crossing, you know down. And so we demonstrate to the whole world, for the whole world to know. Even I'm being called by the IGP today, I'll go there, I say, I'll organize it. I don't fear anybody. But we are drawing the attention for them to complete the for us. We don't have anything with it.
Now, if they complete this thing, are you sure that people will not still try to cross?
If you cross and you die, are careless. Get me right. They should come and complete everything for us here. And if you by yourself say you are going to cross the road, for that one, what should I come and follow? They should do the thing for us. We don't have any problem with anybody. We don't have any problem with the government. I don't understand. When I talk with him, I said, this is what our problem is. They should come and do that. Simple. I don't get me right. We don't hate anybody. But my last one is the police. Had it been this guy who was being knocked down yesterday, if the fighter is being as a policeman, they give you a gun to go and shoot the people who are demonstrating. When they give him the gun, will you come and act? We are all human beings.
Why? What did the police do? Tell us about the police yesterday.
I bet they come and look. If they say they don't shoot, it's a lie. They come and shoot.
Was it rubber bullets or real bullets?
Rubber bullets, but what I learned this morning is that they say someone was being killed around this area. I did not see. But the one who was being hit by rubber bullet, even I sent. Is it? I don't know. No, it's not TV thrill. I took the people to the guy, and they just took this thing. You see, so it was a rubber bullet.
Okay.
It was a rubber bullet.
Right. Now, of course, we haven't yet confirmed that anyone was killed by a bullet from a police rifle yet. That is what the people in the community have reported, but we are yet to confirm any such death. I want to learn more about the people in the community. Tell me your name, sir.
Oh, please, what's my
My brother has said
it's what I've said. All right. Well, it appears that those who are in this community, you know, they speak for the masses, because many agree that they've had enough. They are tired of what's going on. I want us to meet one of the more colorful members of the communities. Get up, come. Get up and come.
Maybe somebody will mislead you.
Stand here. What's your name? Again, what's your name? Okay. Tell me, what do you have to say? Go ahead, you can say.
Last one day, I had him, more than 10 years in, and I had him, found anybody that's any one and Nipa will chum, one way the brothers will move chum, Uncle Piedi, and anyone carbon. And Timothy wanted to win him answer, and to win him answer. Yes, away, when you make chum of arm.
Well, he's saying quite simply that he was here yesterday when the accident happened. And it's simply because this bridge is not complete. Yes. And he's wondering why it is such a difficult thing for the authorities to think of fixing this bridge so that people don't die crossing the road.
And you answer, and one will see you. You answer, I said, Mama says you, and you go bottom, I said, Mama see you. Yeah, well, school, let's cook it to us, and let's cook it to us. I pay for when I go to school, I don't want to go to school. What's we just cook it to us. Now, near you, I have fast overhead, I have fast to Adam.
So what he's saying now is that WAS is a reputable school with people who he expects will make great contribution to society who go there. So he doesn't understand why they can't fix a footbridge for those who go to that school to safely cross this road. And he wonders how many people should die before government takes action. Aban say from Monday on Babayama.
Enipa henu ena ewo. Enipa henu MP mienu anwoche. Enipa henu na ewo. MP mienu anwoche. Enipa mienu na ewo. Na ntimo jimi ana. Tell me we my and you but
Aban say Monday on Bababa.
One mama ya me di job over to so haram.
Right, well, he threatens to curse government if government doesn't go ahead with their promise to fix this bridge from Monday. So, well, there you have it. The anger is still very raw in the hearts of those who live in this community. They feel they've had enough. They feel enough people have died. And it's just far too much. And at this point, they are willing to do whatever it takes to get what they want. And so they are calling on government to respond and to actually stick to their word and come in from Monday to make sure they fix the overhead. I'm still meeting a few members of the community. Let's find out about this gentleman. Chief, Ed saying.
Hey, yo.
You're saying.
You're from the governor.
Governor, now who are you now here?
Metia, Messiah Juma, I'm a taxi driver, I say. Nenra 70 and maybe PSO, even at the moment I'm a PSO Umpono. Naga and Umpo, at the moment no way. And your brothers be around here. And I'm rushing call police station. Say, Omukobo police for now, man. And I met me could a taxi, me kaki crane me pakewo. Anna, police for no delay on the time again, he won't be do a best 40 minutes to 15 minutes. I said, I'm baby do. And don't be do a number of rubber bag bishop with a number time gain. A share cannon puana, Omukoy. And tell my boys no SPD of Omubufa and account. And no more yes on the block road no. Ashy ties and Omukofa ties and account ebe good. Quanum. And Omo pay jet to Quanum. And the Adenta police for we Omoan, Omoba no. They were youth in any abreno. And the Omo pay chow. Say Nyabutre, Yamenu Korea police station here. Why? All of a sudden, and they say, Medina police phobia ba. Giddy no man started tire boys no man. Omu Dibimuche Rawas wall wemu. And Nika Chiomu Dioma Begu Kem, Somu Diomoko. Yantiasie. And a commander no. Ebe any across the road or near Becassa say, Obema Mujai boys in a Nyabutre. Anna only across Konoko boys no. Africanum. Ye jina police neighbor okuta moto okuta pistol eno yiye ano two pistol ni ball from a pra boy ni ha a boy no was see America say enti ani bre ye pandra eno no dwane koy.
Right, I want to translate what he said so far. This appears to be the first time that we're getting a blow-by-blow narration of what led to the rioting. So this gentleman suggests that he's a taxi driver. He was here when it happened. In fact, he says that when the young girl was hit by the car, he parked his taxi and came across. He even noticed that the girl was not yet dead. Members of the community reported it to the nearest police station. But here's the thing. He suggests that it was almost an hour before the police turned up here. By this time, tempers had risen. The people in the community didn't understand the delay. The police came along, put on gloves, and carried the poor girl's body into a car and took her away. By this time, the people were incensed. They didn't understand why there had been such a long delay, and that is when they started to burn the tires on the road. This was immediately followed by the Adenta police, who came and started to reason with them, negotiate with them to calm down and douse the fire. While this negotiation was going on, some police officers from Madina came along and started chasing people away. This also caused a lot more anger. The commander of those from Madina started to negotiate with the locals over here. And while that negotiation was going on, one police officer on a motorbike came along and, according to this gentleman, discharged his firearm, his sidearm, onto the street. It ricocheted and injured a young man in this community, according to this eyewitness. So this young man is somewhere in the community. I hope he's got, what did they call hospital? Well, he's somewhere in the community with a bullet wound, a ricochet. And of course, this is what finally broke the back of the mob, and things went wild. So that is his narration of how the protest turned into riot, turned into something out of control. And to say, I say, from Monday.
You any problem? Say, the way our boys, me tea boys, me a youth organizer, NDC youth organizer, Adenta News at me tea boys, be obi mu say, if you can't craft form of pub was sa problem na besamba. And then yes, boys not forget the AC no. What the boys not forget it at all. Oh my, omunya kra ka se si akra ye gina we. Omo besa ye the echo.
So well, you've heard from his own mouth. What he is saying is that promises are promises. But if the government does not stick to their word this time around, and a car even runs over the foot of one of the members of this community, nobody will be able to answer for what will happen next. This is the voice of the people who have had enough. And they are speaking loudly, hoping that their government will hear them. Gifted.
Well, certainly we'll bring you a recap of that. Expect that on the JoyNews special segment on the JoyNews channel. Kojo Youngson there on the grounds where it happened, speaking to the people. Like I said, we'll be getting into the minds of the people. We've also heard from the police. We'll be getting some more as we go along. You're still watching The Pulse with me, Gifty, and up here. I'm going to take a very quick break. But when I return, I'm sure that you may have had issues with land. So we'll be talking about land when I return from this break. Do stay with us.